some of this is under our control because it's our perception of things. There are real demands, and then there are perceived demands. There are real resources that we have, real and tangible, and then there are perceived resources, and those might be the other things that we can bring to the table, whether this is actual support that we can leverage, or this is us sort of changing our own mindset about the situation, and that actually frees up some resources that we can then apply to whatever real tasks and real demands that are being asked of us. So it has everything to do with adjusting your own expectations about what's required. And sometimes we make it much, much harder than it needs to be. We make it much more complicated, and we have all these expectations about how we believe it should be. And what happens is, so distress lives in the gap. And the gap is the distance between our expectations and our reality. Okay? And so the work that I do with people clinically is we work to close the gap. And so that requires one of two things, and usually a combination of both. Adjusting expectations so that they're more in line with the reality that we're living. And it's adjusting the reality so that it's closer to this ideal version of what you believe it should be, or ought to be, or is supposed to be, or all the other invisible rules for living that we have. And so it's a combination of both of those things. And in sort of technical terms, this is the work that we do in acceptance and change. And we try to land somewhere in the middle. What we're working to do is close the gap. It doesn't ever really close completely. We wouldn't want it to, because it's the gap that sort of keeps us pursuing and achieving and striving for more. But we need to be realistic about what it is that we're striving for, and then work to make the change at the same time.